Hey, what's going on, guys? Juan Cristales here. We are now at day number 61 of this new construction duplex that we are doing in Texas. Flipping houses is dying a very slow, expensive death. And in markets like Texas, it's getting very difficult to find profitable deals that you can fix and flip for a margin. The stat is that in 2023, it's only a couple of years ago, and I know we're just hit the second quarter of 2025, but in 2023, fix and flips accounted for 8.1, which is significantly lower, 8.1% of all the houses that were sold. All that's telling us, guys, is that it's getting harder and harder to find fix and flip houses. What we're doing is ground up. A lot of investors are passing up vacant lots because they don't know what to do with them. What you can do with them is build new construction duplexes. Single story, very, very easy. This is not complicated stuff, and I know that I can teach it to you. If you want to know some more, please feel free to ask. Okay, so we had the doors delivered. We're at day number 61. These doors that got delivered are 5-panel doors. This is the style that I'm going with for now. I really like this. We've been using this for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 panels. These are double doors. It's going to be going in the utility room. And then the gentleman that we use, he delivers them, builds them and delivers them for us, approximately $110, $120 per door. So it's actually a very competitive price. Again, I urge you to shop around for people that do this stuff and try to beat the big box stores, try to beat the distributors. We sometimes get these things from Door Clearance Center. There's other ways you can go a little bit less expensive. You can use 6-panel doors. So it's all up to you guys and what you want to use in your project. At the end of the day, it's going to be new construction and it's going to look nice, clean, and fresh. So something else that we had delivered is because we had the final grade done, we had the sod delivered. It's a little bit early, but it's not that big of a deal. But what I don't want is that the rain to basically, drive off some of this dirt that's already been pushed up or at an angle here, because we want the water to run away from the property and canal in the center, and then go either to the front or the back, whichever way. The other thing is that you see all this orange stuff here. That stuff, man, that clay stuff is very, very, it'll stain really bad. So I've run into this problem before. So what I like to do now is I just have the painter come out after the sod has been put and paint, so that way we don't have to worry about the backsplash or the rain coming down and splashing back onto the siding. One more thing on this is we only did up to the front porch area, and the reason for that is because we still have to connect the clean water on the front, and that's going to present a challenge because it's going to get torn up again. So I didn't want to deal with that, so I told him to just do it up to the front. So the other side also got put in. Small little tactical thing that we like to do, or that I like to do, is put the unit number on the front so that the contractors, the inspectors, and everybody knows which one is which. And then, we have the 2 meters that have come in also being marked off specifically for each side. If you guys remember, you were watching this a little bit earlier, we had a problem with the energy company or the electricity company. They had only come out and delivered one of these meters. I'm not sure why, but there was some sort of a snafu, and so we ended up calling them in an emergency and say, hey guys, hurry up and get us the other meter, and they did. So this is what the back looks like. One of the things that we do on our duplexes to increase value that doesn't significantly cost us money is putting in this little patio area. So all this is going to be a 10 by 10 here. It's going to be pavers. We're going to have a little bit of sand underneath. We're going to put the pavers on top, and then we're going to put a fire pit right in the center. And then once this grass is put in or solid in, we'll put in the fence. It'll be the exact same type of fence that you see here in the back. So that way each unit has its own backyard separate from the other one. These people will have their own fence here, and so on and so forth. So it'll be nice and separate, and there's no issue with people saying, oh man, we got to buy this thing and we still have to do work to it. And that also helps us with the appraisal value. So this is what it looks like from the back. This area back here is not sodded in because technically this is an alleyway that belongs to the city. And so the city doesn't, we're not going to sod that for them, unfortunately. It's not our business, right? But we are able to use it. It'll grow in, I'm sure. You see all this overgrowth in the back. I'm sure it'll grow in over time. So again, this is going to be the little 10 by 10 little area so that these guys can have a little fire pit, which is going to be a little additional bonus. So right now we are going to be at the trim carpentry stage, okay? Right now the sheetrock has dried, so all of the texture is dry. Everything's good to go. We're waiting for it. The thing is this, you have two options that you can go here. You can go ahead and start doing the painting. The problem if you start doing the painting right now is that you don't have any baseboards. And because if the baseboards are not in, then the painter's gonna have to come back out and paint those. So they like to do the whole thing all at once. Besides, especially if they're gonna be priming the entire thing, they'll just spray all the way up, all the way down, just keep it going very, very smoothly, okay? So you can go ahead and start doing the first coat of paint if you want to. That's if you have like no one available to do the trim carpentry, you can do that. The other option is to just go ahead and start doing all this stuff. So what these guys are going to be doing is several things. They're going to put in all the doors. Outside the doors, you have the casing. So, for example, once these doors are in, right, you have a little piece of a wood that's around the door here where when it's actually hanging on the doorway where it actually belongs. So that's the casing. You have to do the baseboards. You have to do all of the closets. All of the closets going to have hangers, all the rods, all the shelving. The pantry is going to have shelving. Those guys are going to be putting in, what else? Oh, they're going to be doing all of the cabinets. So the cabinets that we typically get come in a box and they have to be assembled. So we have the cabinets delivered. Once the cabinets are delivered, these guys have to put them all together. And then once they're put all together, they have to then put them onto the wall. Once the cabinets are on the wall, you know, that'll be, you'll start being able to see and get a feel for the kitchen, a feel for the, you know, the bathrooms where the cabinets go and all this other stuff. So those are the big things that we're going to have to get started on here relatively quickly. We're still trying to schedule some of this stuff. These guys, when it's really bad weather, they get delayed and stuff like that. They get delayed for different types of reasons for delivery. We couldn't deliver these doors in the pouring rain because the guy didn't have like a covered, you know, what is it, a covered trailer of some sort. So that delayed us a little bit, and the guy's like, hey man, I'm gonna have to go to another job. But anyways, not a big deal. Little small things that happen that you know, could potentially delay your thing or your project build. But you know, we're moving forward with it, and we're going to be getting this stuff going along the way. Once all the countertops, I'm sorry, once all the cabinets are in, we can go ahead and start working on the countertops and start getting some of this stuff finished out. We are at day number 61. We have 1 month left to try to get this thing done. That's the goal, is to try to get this thing done in 90 days. We last time we weren't able to hit that goal, but you know, we can work on things simultaneously, try to get this stuff going. That's all I got for you guys today. I will talk to you soon.